Braxton, and we are driving to Starbucks. Did it just turn like that? Wah, wah. It's interesting. I love this. If I can talk to this video camera. It's interesting the running of a business and how it works out. Oh, that's my old car. I love that car. Benefits of living in a very small town. But it's interesting like what actually running a business turns out to be, because it doesn't turn out to be the thing that the business is about. You know what I'm saying? It's like like I think about like why don't other people have gyms? Because I remember like going to Planet Fitness. I was 14. I got to go with my dad, and like I remember thinking like, man, it'd be cool to have a gym. Man, like it'd be cool to like like small thoughts like that. I really never thought I would, but like you have thoughts like that. Then you think, well, then why don't people go and do it? Is because then it's like, oh, well, I wonder how you start a gym, and then you go on this little tiny tangent of researching it. On your phone, and maybe you open up laptops, start asking questions and looking up different people and stories people started, and then it's like at like the 3-4 hour mark, then it's like I don't know what that means. All right, next. Like then it's kind of like enthusiasm dies. Like I think everyone does that at some point. It's something, right? Yeah. Like I love gaming, or I love starting my own videoing company, or I love and like it's exciting. And then it's like once like the enthusiasm and stuff wears off, it's like, what does that mean? I don't know what does it mean? Startup capital or like cost of service or something like that. It's like, whatever. My friends are wanting to hang out. Like that is that moment where it's like, wait, you have to learn about this thing that you're doing, and to the degree that you learn and like press into it, to use a Pentecostal term, you have to like you will to the degree you push kind of further and learn more. You'll be rewarded, I think, in it. But it's interesting to me how with business, it's all the same, whether you're running a gym or you're selling clothes. Like a friend of mine that owns a boutique store that I offered to help her out with, and she lives in Florida, and I was just talking to her the other day about it, and so I'm excited to get to help her. But like this morning with the gym, like a completely different experience this morning, because I have not trained that many people in a while. It's like, dang, I'm a trainer. That's what it felt like. And it was like, whoa, this is a completely different experience than I have every day. Yeah. This is like different. This is what I started doing, was this, training people. This is not what I do every single day. I spend all day sitting. No, not sitting. I don't. I spend all day going crazy, running around, walking, talking, on the phone, text messages, emails, and like even when there's nothing to be handed to you, you're still searching to find out there's something that you missed, or you're trying to call someone or reach out to someone, or whether it's we're trying to make a video for the Instagram, to put up the Instagram page, for the Instagram, for the Facebook, we're trying to make a video. Like you're not only like working on the things you're passionate about, but you're also working on how to track and organize, and like even the fact of like the business, in order to run a successful business, and like we could put this on YouTube. Like I'm saying, this could be a good little mindset thing. To run a successful business of anything, whether it's fitness or it's anything else, you have to understand business, period. That's like my biggest takeaway from this whole rant. You've got to, like it's like an artist or a talent. I'm a great blogger, or a great vlogger, or a great, I'm a great interior designer. I just have a taste for talent, or a taste for this, or whatever. Like that's good, but like you also need to be able to know how to, like communicate to people, how to sell. I also have some idea of processes. Yes, I have some type of idea of how to manage finances, to understand legal things that you're covered, everything's paid for that should be paid for, everything's legal, everything's operating, you're paying your taxes, what tax brackets you're falling into, are there any taxes you're paying more than you should in taxes because you're not aware. Like I reached out to a guy, a CPA, about 3 years ago, asked him to go to lunch with me, and over one lunch I bought him a panini, and I saved $20,000. And it was like, hey, instead of being a sole proprietorship, little tip for you, don't be a sole proprietorship. create a corporation, then hire yourself from the corporation. Then you pay self-employment tax only on that, which is really interesting. But anyways, little things like that. You learn finances. If you don't know finances, then you're going to end up spending more. Like our profit margins are not where they should be because of simply learning to manage cost of service, learning to manage our utilities, learning to manage. Like you have to realize you only have 100% of your income. If you're going to spend your income every single month on operations and cost of service and cost of goods sold, if you're in retail, you only have 100% of that. Unless you have extra cash, you should have extra cash, but in the extent of like the business health, you only have 100% of your income. So, if you spend 10% on a certain item, that being rent or utilities, or and you have 90% left. Well, if you spent 12% on that, then you wouldn't have the 90% left to allocate to anywhere else. So you have to have to say, hey, what's the industry standard? The profit margin for this business would be 40% or 50% or 20% or 10% or 6%. A lot of the S&P 500, I think, is like I read this other day. The S&P 500 companies, I don't know this for a fact, but I read it somewhere. Like they have an average of like a single-digit profit margin, which is not. Most people say not ideal. And of course, that taking into consideration compensation and dividends and stuff. Actually, no, it wouldn't take into consideration dividends or distributions. It would not. Look at your boy learning accounting. Ha! That's balance sheet stuff, baby. What's the ideal profit margin? Well, it's at this percent. Okay, cool. Well, we can't those are the questions. And if I've already lost you, then fine. Bye bye. You shouldn't have tried business in the first place. You have the question of what's the ideal profit margin? Well, then once you've answered that question, the ideal profit margin on this is 30%. Then you go, well, I can't do that because why? Well, because what we're selling is this, and it has to cost this much. Okay, great. Well, then you have to find out a different way to produce that item or that product or something. You have to be resourceful. That is like the thing that is like the game changer for people trying to be like successful with athletics or business or really anything. It's being resourceful, being able to be resourceful. You don't stop at no. There's not a I can't do that. There was Stacy and Andrew. Yeah, you don't stop at no. I can't do that. Okay, well then how can we? You didn't hear me. I can't do it. No, that's not. How can you do it? Well, I could do it if I did this, but it'd take another hour. Okay, is it worth it? Right? Anyways, from your boy, running a business, learning every single day. It is, December 31st, last day of 2018, baby. One more day, then it's New Year's, and I'm excited for 2019, see what we can accomplish this year. Hopefully we'll get to 225 clients. That's the goal. I had like 150 right now. I think we definitely will do it. Make $1 million in a year. We're at half that right now. We'll finish out 2018 at, I think, $500,000, which is pretty good. I got a job as a janitor at 15. You can be like me, nice and successful if you want. I'm kidding. Like I said, we didn't make any money barely. Learning, managing expenses. All right. Peace.